remember how the shoulder joint is really, I don't know, I guess well suited for this kind of grabbing technique. You just grab the whole shoulder joint. And then you can go into all those manipulation techniques for the arm. This is the best position to do a lot of these techniques for the arm because, you know, in the other positions, like when you're lying down, supine, or prone, you can't take the arm through like full range of motion. But in this position, where you know, the arm is free to move in whatever direction it wants to. So you can do pulling. Alternate that with some shaking. You can also do rotation, taking the arm to its full circular range of motion. Across the body. Sometimes, you know, people, sometimes you can combine, if you're, like with my left hand on the shoulder, you can be pressing certain spots, like the lung one, or, again, this is harder, but you can do the small intestine channel behind this way and still do rotation. So, you know, you don't just have to rest this hand on the shoulder, you can actually be pressing the points. And then you can also work on the elbow with pulling. So one hand anchors above the elbow, the other hand is pulling from below the elbow. And you can also open and close the elbow joint. So, like a nutcracker, you put your hands between, just fold and like open. So just alternating, opening and closing the joint. And then we can also work our way down to the wrist and do some pulling at the wrist as well. So whatever joint you're working on, one hand anchors above that joint and then the other hand is pulling on that joint. So I'm pulling and then I can also do some like rotation in between. And then, you know, this is also, I mean, you might have already done this in the supine position already, so it might not be necessary, but you know, you can also pull on the fingers in this position. You can also do a lot of the like rubbing, like with the fishtailing. On different parts of the arm. Only hard thing about it is you have to support the arm as you're doing this stuff. You can also do that Indian burn. I'm not going to do it very aggressively, but you know you can.
That brings the blood to the surface.
Yeah. And then we go on to all the percussion, the percussive stuff. So, you know, again, there's a lot of things you can do. I like to just stick to the chopping. So, chopping. 2 hands is the gassho.
What's the word you said?
Gassho. It's Japanese. It's like prayer hand. You can also do the pounding with the fist. Just doing this very quickly. And this one. And then do this butterfly hand thing. And just rub it up. I think that's all that I put in that routine. Your legs are more open, and you're actually closer to the edge of the table. But I'm not going to actually go through with the whole thing, but what you do is you can use your elbow or you can use your fist, whatever, but usually people use their elbow. They start off at the top of the erector spinae, and what they do is what we can do is, you just have the patient like gradually do a forward bend, and it's best if you can have the patient sort of synchronize the bend based on where you are on the back. So if I'm here, then I would have you like focus on just opening up the upper back, and slowly bending forward. And it's best if you don't have you don't have your shirt on, but because we're kind of sliding down the muscle. But you just gradually work your way down as the patient forward bends, and what you're doing is trying to lengthen the erector spinae gradually. I'm just gonna stop. I need to. It's better again if the back is exposed, but it's really good, especially if your objective is to really lengthen out the back. You do one side at a time, and ideally the patient is, by the end, the patient is bent down as low as they can, and you're working out the low back as well. But that's a technique that's been, I don't know, recommended a lot.